What's up, guys? Trail here, better known as Budget Bill, and this is your second stimulus check update and stimulus package update for Thursday, November the 5th. As most of you know, yesterday was election day and we still don't know who the president is going to be for the next 4 years. Right now, the remaining election is still too close to call in about 4 to 5 states depending on what news station you actually watch. We also had President Trump have a news briefing earlier yesterday morning around 2:30 a.m. in which he prematurely announced that he had won the presidency. And as time goes on, candidate Biden appeared to have caught back up overnight. It was a crazy situation happening all over again. Y'all remember 2016. And then we want to talk about how a stimulus deal could come as early as next week, according to the Senate Majority Leader. Now, those are just some of the topics that we are going to cover today. But before we get started, be sure to like this video if you like this type of content. It definitely helps out a lot as it takes a lot of time to research this information and to provide a scaled down version for you guys. Also, if you want to be a part of this community, we would love to have you. So be sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell to be notified of each new video. Hey guys, and happy after election drama week or whatever you want to call this. Boy, has this been a crazy one. But let's go ahead and catch you guys up on what's been going on. So we had election day on Tuesday the 4th, and immediately after the polls started closing, it appeared that Joe Biden was turning multiple states blue. Several states were going in his favor, which have the Democrats a good feeling about election night. As the night went on, Trump started gaining ground in multiple states and eventually passed Biden up by turning some states from blue to red. Now, as I start reading multiple blogs, the Democrats actually started to reminisce on how the 2016 election turnout happened, and they thought that things were starting to look the same way. The Democrats were confused considering all the polls from every network had listed Biden coming into the election day with a clear 10 plus point ahead of President Trump. And then when they started to see that the winning blue states started to disappear one by one, they were livid. Fast forward through the night, Biden ended up doing an election day speech where he acknowledged how well his party was doing and how they felt confident in the current results. But they still have a long way to go, and he thanked the people. Then President Trump announced that he would be doing an election day speech as well much later that night. Trump ended up speaking at the White House lawn around 2:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and he stated that how great they were doing and it's almost over. And then Trump falsely claimed that he had won the election. Now, this was the most bizarrest thing considering the election count was far from being over. Hell, here we are on November the 5th and it's still not over. We still don't have a new president selected. But I don't want to quote his words incorrectly, so let me go ahead and play the clip for you real quick.
For a big celebration. We were winning everything and all of a sudden it was just called off. The results tonight have been phenomenal, and we are getting ready. I mean, literally, we were just all set to get outside and just celebrate something that was so beautiful, so good, such a vote, such a success. The citizens of this country have come out in record numbers. This is a record. There's never been anything like it. And all of a sudden, everything just stopped. This is a fraud on the American public. This is an embarrassment to our country. We were getting ready to win this election. Frankly, we did win this election. We did win this election. So our goal now is to ensure the integrity for the good of this nation. This is a very big moment.
Y'all see that? The votes are obviously still coming in, and he sort of bragged how he or they have already won the election. This could really come back to haunt him if he actually loses the election. That speech will go down in history. But at the time of filming this video, we still don't know who will actually win. The race to 270 is still very close. But there is one thing I thought that was interesting, and I want to point that out for you guys. As I am filming this video on Wednesday night, Fox News and CNN projections are a little bit different from one another. CNN has Biden at 253 and Trump at 213. But Fox News has Biden at 264 to Trump 214. Well, the big difference here is with Biden. Fox News actually announced Biden as the winner of Arizona late on November the 3rd. No other network has announced a clear winner of Arizona thus far. The Trump campaign was infuriated about this call from Fox News. Even as November the 4th went by, no other network has claimed a winner in Arizona. And Fox News is still standing by their selection, which is sort of a shock as the network tends to lean towards the support for President Trump. Now, as I film this video, Biden appears to be the closest to actually winning the election. And even for some states, Biden is coming in very close to overtake Trump from winning in those current states. That's in Pennsylvania and Georgia. Because of the position that Biden is in right now, the Trump administration has started the process of filing lawsuits in 3 states: Michigan, Georgia, and Pennsylvania. Lots of Trump supporters are obviously upset as Trump had a major base that supported him, and frankly, looking at the numbers in all the states, it appears to be that this country is mostly split around 50-50. Even if Biden does win, he will only win by a few points more than Trump. So as we enter today, hopefully these polling locations can finish off the mail-in ballot counting to see who our next president is going to be. Now, if Biden wins, Trump won't go easy, as he has already mentioned a few times in the past. And if Trump wins, then perhaps he will call off the lawsuits and reclaim the victory once again. But we will have to see on how all of this plays out in the next day or two. Now, in other news, Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell ended up holding his seat that he was running for in Kentucky. He was asked from reporters if he had any updates on the stimulus deal and what's a timeline on getting a stimulus bill passed. McConnell responded by saying that a stimulus bill is going to be the Senate's top priority when the Senate returns. McConnell said that we need another rescue package and that hopefully a partisan passions that has prevented us from doing another rescue package in the past will subside with the election being behind us. And he thinks that we need to do it quickly. So, as this week ends, and hopefully we will know who the next president is by then, the Senate is expected to return next Monday. So, the question is, will the negotiations between Nancy Pelosi and Steven Mnuchin actually resume? Both of them haven't spoken with one another since their relationship was broken up last week, and they expressed their frustrations with one another to the media. And those love letters that they actually wrote to one another didn't help the situation at all. But maybe they can actually just move on and work together for the American people to get a stimulus bill passed within the next few weeks. Now, Mitch McConnell went on to note that reaching an agreement on a stimulus is job one when the Senate returns to session on Monday. And he expressed his hopes for a more cooperative situation than we had in the past. Now, if they are able to strike a deal sometime this month, how soon can we expect to receive the $1,200 stimulus checks? Typically, things happening during the lame duck session is usually limited, and history shows us that both sides will continue to have a hard time with agreeing on a stimulus price tag moving forward. My assumption is that if President Trump stays as president, then perhaps Pelosi will actually be willing to reduce her price tag of $2.2 trillion. However, if Biden ends up winning, then Pelosi might have more of leverage in getting the $2.2 trillion deal that she has been hoping for. But we still don't know how this election is going to turn out, so we will just have to wait and see how this all plays out. Hopefully, we will know who our next president will be before the Senate returns on Monday. And with that being said, this has been your second stimulus check update news for today. If you enjoy or find value in these type of videos, please give it a like. Also, be sure to subscribe to the channel so you can be a part of it. Other than that, hey, I appreciate you guys stopping by and watching, and I hope to see you on the next video. Peace.